is at 7 o'clock. I'm Chris Fry filling in for Tiffany Tucker, who has the evening off. We start with weather and a 19 first alert weather day coming up for Monday for snow. Let's welcome in First Alert meteorologist Samantha Roberts with the details. The team has been crunching numbers, trying to get the most accurate forecast coming up for next week.
Monday, it's going to be a busy day. Now, I don't want to rush your weekend, okay? Nobody wants the weekend to pass more slowly than I do so we can kind of recharge right for the new work week. However, Monday is going to be our busiest weather day. I mean, Sunday is not going to be perfect, that's for sure. But the lake effect event is late Sunday night and through the day on Monday. So this would be our first lake effect event of the season. And even outside of the snow belt, we're going to get some snow. It's too early for exact numbers in specific locations because, again, this is lake effect. It's not a system coming through. So there's a lot of nowcasting involved, although I will say the primary snow belt is probably going to see the most snow, and accumulation is possible again even away from the snow belts. I do think this will bring us significant travel headaches, especially on Monday, visibility issues, slick spots, so a lot to watch over the course of the weekend. Now obviously tonight it's much too warm for any wintry precip. We're in the 50s. It feels pretty good out there for this time of the year. It's 52 in Akron, mid 50s in Cleveland, pretty mild for November. I mean, we really should be down in the 40s at this point in the day, but I think temperatures tonight are going to stay in the 50s for several hours. It's still a little breezy out there, so tough to cool off. But you know, after 10 or so, winds should finally relax. Skies will clear, but then we're going to cloud back up for tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to feature a lot of cloud cover, but it's probably our best day of the weekend because, again, Sunday, this is kind of when everything gets started for us in terms of seeing more active weather. And then Monday, we know lake effect snow is on the way. I'm going to give you an idea of how much to expect in your area coming up in just a few minutes.
19 First Alert meteorologist Samantha Roberts here with the details for Monday, a first alert weather day for snow.
People are going to wake up and they're going to be like, what is this?
You warned them.
We did warn them, and I will say November 10th, which is Monday, even though that kind of feels early for the first measurable snow of the season, especially if you think back to recent winters when it seemed to take a while to get some snow in Cleveland. November 10th is actually statistically the average date of our first measurable snow in Cleveland, so we are actually right on time. In fact, some of this may occur on Sunday evening. Let's start with Sunday because that's when things get really active for us. Most of the day is going to be cloudy, cold, and blustery, and you can see we're dealing with scattered showers with some pockets of heavier rain. It's not going to rain every second of the day Sunday, but there will be showers out there, and again, this will be a cold rain. Then it gets colder at night, and we change over to more of a wintry mix. The big question is, when does the changeover occur? Some guidance showing, you know, mid-afternoon. Some of this holds it off until a little bit later. I'm inclined to say after sunset, but we'll need to monitor that very closely through the weekend. Here's Future View at 7 p.m. You can see that wintry mix out there, and then the lake effect really takes over Sunday evening with some melting initially just because the ground is still kind of warm. Pavement temperatures are still kind of warm. Now remember, there's probably not going to be any pre-treating because we're going to see rain and wintry mix before the snow. So that will impact travel, especially on Monday. Lake effect snow showers and squalls through the day. Some of this is going to be heavy. It's early season lake effect. Wouldn't even surprise me if we had a little thunder with this. If we see thunder snow on Monday, or I guess hear thunder snow on Monday, I might run outside and just watch it for a second. Although, you know, we really shouldn't do that because if you hear thunder, you should be inside. But it's kind of cool in the winter, right? Or in the colder months. All right, so how much snow are we going to see here? So I think the big winners are going to be out here 271 up to Euclid and east into the primary snow belt. No surprise there, right? 3 to 6 inches plus. That is the forecast right now. Secondary snow belt, 1 to 3 inches possible. So yes, even in Cleveland. And then we get away from the primary and secondary belts. That's where we see lower totals. But I almost hesitate to say lower impact because there's still going to be some impact with this. It's just we're not going to see as much snow as you get away from the snow belts. But we will see higher totals. What do you remember from winters past? higher totals where squalls persist, right? If a snow band sets up and doesn't move, you're going to end up with more snow. That can happen with lake effect. Tonight, 41, chance of an isolated shower before 10 o'clock, but I'm really not expecting a ton of rain out there. I think most of the evening will be dry, and tomorrow is my pick day of the